This is from a user certain leak 8564, and this user asks, should my parents sell our assets to fund my education?
क्या बोला तूने?
What are the options we have?
Yeah, if your parents have all the wealth that they have inherited, even if they sell their assets and they're still well off, then why not? Go ahead, make them do that.
It's not funny.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Caliph and I'm here with Shivani. This time we're doing something fun, something a little wacky. We're taking Reddit's most asked questions about studying abroad with an education loan and answering all of them.
Let's take up some real questions which have got the highest upvotes on studying abroad with an education loan. We'll take up some of the questions, and Caliph will shoot the questions. I will answer. I will answer the questions from my experience so far. I've been an underwriter who's underwritten loans, and for the past 6 years I've been working with students who plan to study abroad and helping them finance their education abroad. So from that experience, I'm going to take a shot at answering the questions that Caliph picks up from Reddit.
And why we're doing Reddit is because, it's the new town square, right? It's where people go and have conversations, find real answers to real questions. So we thought, why not go and see what students are talking about when it comes to student loans on Reddit? Okay, so here's the first question. This is from a user certain leak 8564, and this user asks, should my parents sell our assets to fund my education? What are the options we have? And that's the question. Now, some more context about this user. Isko abroad jana hai next fall intake. They already have a counselor who's guiding them. They've made that decision that they have to definitely go abroad. So that's the question. Should my parents sell our assets to fund my education? And what are the other options we have?
Okay, so while the question is still a little vague for me, because such questions are answered best if I have a full detail about the profile. Just answering very generically, as generic is the question. If I were to give an ideal answer, then I would say no. If you are a student who has a great profile, great academics, in terms of CGPA, work experience, overall profile, if you've published any papers or you've done some great work in your academic tenure, then probably you're going to a good school, and then you may have a lot of options in terms of scholarships and loans that you can apply to. You need not give that burden to your parents to sell their assets and do this for you. By now, I'm assuming you are already 20 plus at least. Your parents must be nearing their retirement age. Spare them. Let them please enjoy their retirement age. Let them please enjoy their assets. You fend for yourself, right? And if I were to not give an ideal answer and a wacky one, then I would say, if your parents have all the wealth that they have inherited, and even if they sell their assets and they're still well off, then why not? Go ahead, make them do that. Sorry.
Okay. Let's move to the second one. Now, this is from a user Scully _33, and their question is, what can I do if my education loan was rejected due to my parents' old loan settlements? इसका उल्टा है थोड़ा. इसका parents ने पहले scene हो चुका.
I like how Reddit comes up with names. They're quite interesting.
People do it because they don't want to, really reveal.
That's the best. That's the best. You should not reveal your identity, because that's how you remain the most authentic and you get genuine answers.
And you can do shady stuff.
I'm sure. The questions that we are taking up from these users, they are not doing shady stuff. Anyway, so again, I do not have detail about your profile, but are there any details that this person has listed out in terms
There's some info here. So he's completed a BCom with a specialization in finance from Bangalore University. They have an offer from the University of Queensland for a master's in international economics and finance.
Okay, so the university is well ranked. The program is interesting. They have studied BCom. I would say that maybe still look for more programs that you can, apply to, because if you get a program to a country or in a university which is approved by some of the banks which do not require a cosigner, or which are okay to ignore your cosigner's old settled loans, you may still be able to pursue your master's abroad. So my suggestion would be, other than this program, do look at other universities with a similar program, similar curriculum, where you could probably go with banks who have that university listed with them and may approve you without, fretting too much about your cosigners' old settled loans.
So he's also mentioned that his dad has 3 to 4 loan settlements from around 15 to 20 years ago, and 3 banks have already rejected him. मैं तो उसको बोल रहा हूँ GradRight के पास आओ, but how should a person in this situation manage things?
So it's quite unfair. I'm sorry I'm saying this here, but it's quite unfair that, parents did something. I'm not sure what was the situation, what was the financial situation, circumstances back then that, the parent had to settle their loans. But about this student, because they have, studied in a certain manner, maybe they had this goal that they want to go study abroad. I think I would give merit to certain lenders who do see merit in the student's profile alone and can take a call, right? So while it's a hard truth that banks reject your profile, a student's profile for an education loan based on their cosigner's credit history, because it's just like if they've not paid the past loans, what is the guarantee they will pay these future loans, right? Because they have an evidence in the past. But then we do have options which we can look at based on the college that you're going to and the program that you're choosing, where we could ignore the cosigner and their credit history, right? So 3 banks, you're done. There are still maybe 12 other options that you can look at. So yeah, maybe here I'll sell GradRight. Why don't you sign up and explore more options if there can be possible.
Yeah, I was counting 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 plus banks, right?
Yes.
You get 15 plus banks with GradRight, but okay, that was a slightly shameless plug. Let's move on to the next question. This third question is from a user beneficial plane 226, and this person says, what should be my realistic approach to pay my education loan of 21 lakh rupees with 11.5% interest rate as an international student in Germany?
Okay, so I am supposing that if this student is in Germany and has an international has an education loan of just rupees 21 lakhs, then I think this is largely what they're spending on their living expenses, right? So I am also assuming that they have gone to a public university. Germany, public universities have nominal tuition, hence you mostly spend on your blocked account, which is your living expenses, right? So 21 lakhs, fairly speaking, it's a very nominal amount. And I say that with confidence because for a long time, even though I have underwriting experience, for a long time until I turned 35, I did not subscribe to taking loans, right? But when I took a loan, I took a huge loan, almost to the tune of 60 lakhs, and I paid it fairly fast. So 21 lakhs is not something that you should really bother about, especially because you've gone to Germany and you don't have a tuition to pay for. And if you're in a program, do we have the program details?
Yeah, so this guy this person has been selected for the University of Freiburg, if that's how you say it, for their Masters in Embedded Systems program.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, so university is good, program is decent. They will have a background to that. It's not easy to get into a public university in Germany because there is huge competition from even domestic students. I'm assuming you have 20 hours to work as a part-time as an international student. So you'll easily manage to pay this 21 lakhs of loan amount. Just that maybe you could look at tips typically which could save you money. We were discussing yesterday in another video that we were doing that do not spend so much on food, maybe spend once in a while, but cook as much as you can. Have some control on your lifestyle as a student. Like I know, students can tend to spend a lot on booze or a lot on clothes or travel. Just maybe control that for a couple of years before you have your job, and first spend that money in paying off your interest or paying off your education loan. A little bit of hygiene there. I think 21 lakhs, I think you'll end up paying this loan in maybe 2 more years after your masters, or maybe less than that. So not to worry about it. Have some hygiene.
I think my favorite study abroad trip is slowly turning out to be cook your own food. This person, they have a question, a follow-up question. I want to know what is the realistic scenario for me to avoid the blocked account for the second year.
Okay, so see, you cannot avoid, because Germany mandates having a blocked account, right? You will need to prove that you have the money to sustain in that country, right? So what you really want to see is this 21 lakh that you have built up as loan, that you've taken as loan, how quickly can you repay it off, or how can you at least pay off the interest component, so that whatever you earn from your part-time, 20% of it could go to maybe savings, and then probably you'll have money left where you will not have to bother about the second year living expenses so much, because you are saving through your part-time, right? At least Germany does not have a condition where, like US, that only after a certain period you can part-time. So you'll be part-timing from the very start. So just save, have that hygiene of saving, right?
Okay. So the next question is, this user has an even better name. It's Exotic Essay 7673. So Exotic Essay is asking, what should I do next? Take a 50 lakh loan to study abroad, or continue my tech career in India? And there is some more context about this person's profile. This is a BE in computer science grad with a CGPA of 8. 6 months internship at some MNC, has done some coding, was abroad for their high school in the US, and has offer letters from New Zealand, like 2 universities in New Zealand, Waikato and Auckland University of Tech.
Okay, so I believe they're looking to enroll themselves in New Zealand, for if at all, because those are the offer letters that they have.
This person already has a tech career in India. So taking a 50 lakh loan, studying, paying that off, or continuing to build that career here, they're trying to choose between that. So how do you choose between that?
So ideally speaking, there is a calculation that they'll have to do here, first of all. If it's a dream, it's better to put that dream down on paper. So what is this program that they're looking to go for, right? What are the kind of opportunities that this program will lead to once they upskill themselves, versus what they are earning currently. Their opportunity cost is this job in India, right? How will that job look like in the next 2 years if they don't pursue their masters, right? So this is the comparison probably that they'll have to do, but it's not as simple as it sounds. There is a lot of research in this whole process of deciding which university and what program that they want to go for. Why do they want to go for, and looking at all the data around the cost of the program, the outcomes of the program, the return on investment, the payback period, all these things will go into really answering the first set of the question, which is whether a 2 years of upskilling through a master's and then landing onto potential outcomes versus the current job, what is the money that you're earning from them, and 2 years later, what would the situation be on that job, right? So That's the comparison that one would want to do. It's a very personal choice. I'm not going to recommend that you should actually go for your masters abroad. But if it's a dream, do pursue it. But it's a very personal choice, a journey that you will have to see through yourself. Probably spend time, good time. It's worth upskilling yourself if you choose the program right, if you choose the university right. Education really never goes waste.
Yeah. And Iska, I think, is scared to, if this person does not get a job, how will they repay? I think a lot of students have that stress. So,
on the other side, now what is your risk appetite? And probably when you're young, when you're at this age, it's always good to take that call.
risk appetite. It's a new word I learned today. Okay. So this next question is probably my favorite today. Mostly because of the way this person is confused and the tone they have used. But this is a question by Smith Keith. Now, I'm gonna try and imitate the tone they have. Why India people take huge loan for abroad study? Okay. And then the person goes on to ask multiple questions to follow this up, saying, I've seen people taking huge loans for their abroad study, mostly masters. But why? Is it mandatory to study masters abroad, or is it just showing off? And I have seen multiple posts here related to debt issue. Why? How do they manage their debt?
How many upvotes for this, Caliph?
Close to 300 and 300 comments. So
somebody has actually understood the emotion that you understood, and yeah, that's how I was about to say that's how Gen Z reacts. That's how Reddit is. Sorry.
So why Sheen? Why do people do this to themselves? Why do they take that?
So okay, I'll be brash here and I'll say, okay, we have all the money and we have all the resources to access these loans, and we have so much aspiration to go study abroad. So hence we are doing this.
I don't think this one has money. It would have been so pissed.
Or maybe this one is just jealous because they have a lot of friends going abroad to study. But yeah, I mean, see, I mean, without sounding, I'm not going to brag about it, but yes, today in India we have a lot of students choosing to study abroad. It's a mix of all kinds of students, good, bad, ugly, but without any comments on how or why somebody is choosing. I think there is also a lot of access available to various kinds of sources of financing that people can choose to take. It's no more a taboo to take an education loan. It's no more a question of put your collateral or put a security to take that education loan. There are lots of options available, and there is enough access, digital as well as in-person physical access, to banks, to lenders. So I think it's just becoming easier looking at the demand of higher education in India. So probably that's why.
Okay, there's a very nice comment somebody has responded with. This user called Kill the Verse says, I got a job in the US and I will pay back my loan from the joining bonus.
Actually, I mean, some of the students that we have had from those who went in late 21 or early 22, just when COVID was getting over, and all those students graduated in 23, I guess. Yeah, 23. And yeah, they all have very good jobs. They've all landed on amazing, awesome packages. I know some of them, who have graduated from Carnegie Mellon, Columbia, Texas A&M. They've all landed very good opportunities. They went in the scariest of times. The world was just wrapping up COVID, and they took that call. So their risk appetites were high. They were very clear. They were very focused on what they want to do. They chose their program and university after much research. They took their loans carefully, and yeah, they are there.
Okay. So cook your own food, have a high risk appetite. Go ahead. Okay. So second last question, the sixth question. This is from a Reddit user TopTie1363, and they're asking, does taking a loan to study in Ireland for a master's degree make sense in terms of ROI and career prospects? And they have a bachelor's in economics, and they've done some UI UX freelance work after working for 2 years with a gap year.
Okay, and have they written? What are they looking to study?
They're planning to pursue an MSc in business analytics from Ireland, fully funded by the loan.
Okay. See, I personally, I have a lot of bias towards Ireland, I would say. When I look at all the countries, I find Ireland as a great choice of studying abroad, a great choice of destination. I'll tell you my reasons. So, and especially especially particular to this person's profile, see, Ireland is part of Europe, and they have all your top MAN companies over there. The cost of education falls somewhere between 25 to maybe a max 40 lakhs kind of an expense for a 2-year masters, right? If you compare that with UK, it's pretty reasonable, right? So, cost of education between say 25 to 40 lakhs. I think it's very decent for a 2-year masters. Again, you have the same part-timing hours that you get for Germany or for in the UK. So yeah, I mean it's quite a cost-effective option, and especially if you are with a background, or you're looking to, or you have work experience and are looking to go into roles like digital marketing, business analytics. These are good roles that you can pursue, because all the MAN companies have their offices there, right? But yes, Ireland has a bit of a housing crisis. So if you want to avoid that, you start very early in the process, because Ireland visas also work almost like you have to start the process 6 months early, right? So yeah, I would say just take that call, go.
Okay. What I just realized while you were speaking and telling me this, I was looking at the comments on this question, and somebody says it depends on the university, somebody says it depends on your course or program, or I think in the end you basically bet on yourself. You're not following a system, you're not relying on a university, you bet on yourself, and if you think you can do it, the program, the university, all of that
everything will work in your favor.
It'll fall into place.
In fact, Caliph, I want to tell you this. I was speaking to a parent yesterday, and the parent called me. Okay, I did not call the parent. So I was like, "Hi, sir, how are you? Is there anything I can help you with?" And they said, "No, I'm generally calling you." But that was very sweet of them. But I remembered their son went to Ireland, and he went for a master's in MSc in digital marketing, and the son was pretty, he was pretty shy, and parents were doing all the steps for them. So I was always a little worried that will he be able to cope in that country all by himself? Academics are good, yes, but will he be able to cope up? Parents are so deeply involved in the process, because it happens sometimes, and he's also an only child. So this call that the parent gave me yesterday, two very good news. One, he said, I have paid off the entire loan. 24 early they took the loan. He's paid off the entire loan. It was a 30 lakh loan that we managed. And the kid has already got a placement offer, a job offer.
Oh, that's great.
Right. So I was very relaxed, because when I was servicing, I had these doubts in my mind, but I was also thinking that parents are involved till here, probably they will take care. Let's take this call. And yesterday when the parent called, I was very happy. One, they called me out of just a good gesture, and then they gave me these two very positive news. So I was very happy.
Yeah, so you must be proud after seeing students transform like that. Okay, we have our last question now. This is by far my favorite username, and you will know why. So this is a user with the name Geeky Aman, and first ऐसे हंसना थोड़ी है, तो ऐसे हंसना नहीं है.
The Aman that we know is not geeky. I got
This is a very serious question, so we'll take it seriously. So Geeky Aman says on Reddit, asking on Reddit, advice on repaying a high-interest education loan, and they've taken a loan from HDFC Credila, now Credila, 17 lakhs, 12.5% floating rate of interest.
Okay.
For a degree in the UK, they're basically to study in the UK.
Have they mentioned which university?
No, they don't have the university name, but बहुत सारा maths है, and yeah,
Okay.
they've got a full-time job and a side gig in the UK already.
Oh. and then he's bothered about a 17 lakh loan, huh?
Yeah.
So जब मुझे दिखता है, बच्चे, I know of a student who's taken a loan of about 2.5 crores because they're going for an MBA program to an Ivy League college. So then 17 lakh sounds like, oh, it's only 17 lakhs. But no, I will not say that it's only 17 lakhs. I'm glad that this student, whoever they are, first of all, they consciously have put that in their minds that this is a loan which is high. The interest rate is also high. So at least they are aware that, they have a debt which they have to service. Very good. The sooner it comes, the better it is. But they also have a job and they have a side gig. So
They have a side gig already.
So it's not something that is to be worried of very gravely. But I would really encourage this student that if this 12.5% is looking very expensive in terms of interest rate, first of all, maybe refinance your loan. Yeah. Maybe look for, because you have a job and the rate of interest is slightly high. The loan amount is not too much. Even if it means a 1% rate of a 1% drop in the rate could save you some amount of money. Why not? Maybe refinance your loan, right? So if you're coming to India anytime soon, get in touch with us. We'll help you go through that process. Otherwise, if you're not someone who's too keen on refinancing, because it's a new concept that not many students are aware of, I think if you're earning in the UK, you'll pay off this loan in a year's time. You'll earn in pounds. You'll pay off this loan in a year's time. Again, while you're still new in the job, follow the hygiene of how you want to use your income. Party as much, but also save as much. The moment you get your salary, first take a portion and push it to your loan, right? Pay off your EMI or maybe even bulk payments, right? If you are getting any kind of retention bonus from your job or the money that you get from your side gig, push it off to the loan, right? Pay off as soon as you can. You'll not end up paying too much interest to HDFC Credila.
And that's a wrap for today's internet student loan Q&A reaction or answers to Reddit's most commonly asked questions. It's clear that there's a lot of doubt and some misinformation out there among students, and that's why it's so important to get your information from reliable sources. While Reddit gives you information from the community, you should definitely get in touch with experts who do this day in and day out, every day. Remember, your student loan journey is unique, but you don't have to navigate it alone. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them in future videos, or we'll just respond to your comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more loan insights, and hit that notification, the bell icon, so you don't miss out on the next videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.